In one last slam to the biblical account of a global flood, I will mention one argument that is largely ignored by evolution deniers and supporters alike. It goes like this. Most creationists will claim that dinosaurs lived with man, and that there is evidence in the Bible and other sources. But for some reason, everyone considering this idea forgets about the other 99.9% of life that has also existed on this planet before and after the dinosaurs. By modern science standards, we are talking about over 3.4 billion years of life crammed into 6,000 years. Consider the giant insects of the Cretaceous and Carboniferous periods. Consider pre-flood peoples facing centipedes 9 feet long, battling 10 feet tall terror birds, and struggling to survive against prehistoric predators like the saber-toothed tiger, pterosaurs 40 feet long, crocodiles 40 feet long, and even giant boars 12 feet in length. In fact, you could expect to see at least all organisms that the fossil record has shown to existing alongside humans in the pre-flood days. Now, not only would these animals be alive at the same time, but also competing for the same limited territories, habitats, and resources. Can we really logically say that if birds and pterosaurs were once alive together, there would be any birds left? Could we be so bold in our ignorance as to claim that if modern sea life existed alongside 40-foot crocodiles and sharks, that our modern sea life would prevail? And furthermore, I can't even conceive of how that many organisms all over the Earth wouldn't put such an incomprehensible strain on Earth's habitats that it would all immediately collapse and be reduced to the remaining dominant species. Yet, even if it was possible that humans could have survived in such a world, ancient texts and records of daily life should reveal a vivid picture of the exotic flora and fauna to modern scientists. These records could even serve as a sort of field guide to discover fossilized organisms. And, since these organisms would have existed globally, scientists should find similar stories of similar animals from any culture they choose to examine. To put it bluntly, scientists find nothing of the sort. And sure, I know some creationists will claim something crazy, like dragon mythology is proof that dinosaurs existed alongside humans. Okay then, where is the mythology about fighting giant flightless birds, massive boars, huge predatory centipedes, or dragonflies 2 feet long? The fact is, there is no ancient mythology like that, despite the claim that these creatures not only coexisted with humans, but also inhabited the same ecosystems. For my final point of evidence, I will reiterate one of the crowning arguments used against intelligent design by biology professor Dr. Ken Miller in the Kitzmiller versus Dover trial of 2004. In order to demonstrate the legitimacy and prediction power of the theory of evolution, Ken Miller began his argument like this. When we look at the genomes of apes and humans, we notice something startling. While humans have 46 chromosomes, most modern apes have 48. This knowledge puts evolution in hot water. If apes really did share a common ancestry with humans, then somehow, somewhere along the line, something must have happened to the 2 additional chromosomes present in apes. As Ken Miller said, if scientists don't find an answer, the theory of evolution could be brought into so much doubt as to be disregarded as a theory. However, scientists did in fact discover exactly why humans have 2 fewer chromosomes than apes. The reason, explained Dr. Miller, was because 2 sets of chromosomes in apes fused to form a single chromosome in humans. He solidified the conclusion by illustrating how scientists knew this. When geneticists examined chromosomes 2 and 13 in humans, they identified clear evidence of chromosomal fusion. By examining ape chromosomes, scientists identified the specific chromosomes which, if fused, would render the current human chromosome configuration. However, the most convincing evidence was that, in the middle of these chromosomes, they found specific genetic markers called telomeres which only exist on the ends of chromosomes. In addition, in each chromosome, they found 2 other markers called centromeres which only exist at the middles of chromosomes. Because there are 2 centromeres in the chromosomes 2 and 13, it is clear that they are the result of a chromosomal fusion. In light of this evidence, common ancestry with apes suddenly became solidified with observable fact. Not only could evolution predict the finding of fused chromosomes, but the observable evidence also helped to explain how we evolved from our ancestral origins. In conclusion of this video, I not only hope that I have sufficiently demonstrated that science doesn't support the claims of biblical creation, but I hope that I have shown you that belief in biblical creation requires ignoring science altogether. Not only is there no evidence for a global flood, a creation moment, or a young Earth, but there is excellent evidence to support the modern ideas of evolution, a billions of years old Earth, and common ancestry with all life.